Alright, well, good morning, everybody. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. Alright, so I grew up in Maryland my whole life, and I worked for the CSX Transportation for 23 years, as a locomotive engineer. I was forced to resign from my job, so I cashed out my 401k, and then the money ran out, so I became homeless, right? So I'm homeless, and I became an alcoholic. So I traveled like all over the East Coast, and I spent some time, in like Florida quite a bit, and a lot of time out in California. But I was an alcoholic. I was drinking all the time. So, but I traveled. I walked everywhere my whole life in a grocery cart, basically. And I went down to Key West. I went down there to see Jimmy Buffett. I got there a couple weeks too early, 3 weeks early, and he had passed. Yeah, he had passed away. So I stayed down there for a couple months, and ended up in California. I was in Santa Monica for about a year. I got back to Maryland as I was still drinking, and in November 7th, 2024, my neck just showed up bad, and I lost use of my left hand, my left hand, and that was November 7th, and so I was in the hospital. They said I had a cervical root neck disorder. That's what I had, cervical root neck disorder, and it affected my hand. But then again, on November 9th, 2 days after my hand messed up, I was camping up in Hagerstown, Maryland, and I fell in the fire. I hit my head, and I couldn't get out of the fire because of my hand, right? So I ended up catching my whole elbow on fire, but it was all the way down to the bone, basically. And so I decided to turn myself into rehab for the second time. I went to a place called Avenues down in Cambridge. I liked Avenues the first time I went through, but I completed it, but I didn't complete the aftercare. So now I decided I almost burned up in that fire, and I got scared and worried.